Friends, today we will be discussing about different types of fungi as we were doing the topic in our last lecture video. So this is also a part of chapter number 2, which is biological classification. So the fungi is classified into 4 different groups, and this is done on the basis of their reproductive structures and mode of spore formation. So the role of spore formation is very important in the life cycle of fungi, and these fungi are divided into 4 groups. These are Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteriomycetes. So this mycetes term come from mycelium, and mycelium is the interconnected network of hyphae, which we have done in our previous lecture video. So these are the 4 groups of fungi, and we will be discussing all this in a detailed form about their reproductive structure and their mode of spore formation. So you have to remember all the names of these groups, so it will be helpful for you, and the questions are sometimes being asked, so you have to remember the terms also. So we all know that most of the fungi prefer the moist and warm habitat. So we will discuss about each of them, about their habitat and their reproduction. So let's start with the first, which is Phycomycetes. So these Phycomycetes, the structure of this is that they have a mycelium. So the mycelium is aseptate. Okay, so I hope you all remember about mycelium because we have been doing this since a long time. So mycelium is aseptate. If we remember the word septum, which we studied when we were studying hyphae, okay, so when there is septum, so it is called as septate, and when there is no septum, it is called as aseptate. So example, if we'll discuss about the I'll tell you, like septate and aseptate means. So in the septate, the mycelium is divided into smaller uninucleated or multicellulate cells by cross walls. So you remember the cross walls which were in the hyphae. This was the structure of hyphae. This is the mycelium, a network like interconnection of the hyphae. This is the mycelium, and these are the hyphae. So in these hyphae there were some walls which were called as septum. Okay, and in the hyphae there will be cell organelles also. So these are the septum. So if it is there, so it is called as septate, and if it is absent, so it is called as aseptate. That means no cross walls or septum in mycelium. Okay, so this is the difference between septate and aseptate. Whenever there is a cross wall present to divide the division, and these division will have one or more nuclei, so this is called as septate. And if there is no division, there is no cross walls, then it is called as aseptate. Okay, so in this all the cytoplasm will be flowing all around. Okay, so second structure. First is that mycelium is aseptate, first point, and the second point is mycelium if mycelium is cenocytic. Okay, so ceno means common and cytic means box. So when there is no walls, so it is all this is present in the if the mycelium is septate. But if it is not septate, it will be just simple, and everything will be loose. So in this there will be a common cytoplasm, and in the phycomycetes, it is cenocytic, because when mycelium is aseptate, then the mycelium will also be cenocytic. That means it will be having a common box. Okay, so the structure of these phycomycetes is that the mycelium is aseptate and cenocytic. Now moving to the reproduction. So reproduction is asexual mode. Now how it will occur? It will occur by the zoospores. So it will occur by the motile zoospores. Okay, and they will be non-motile. That means they will not be able to move. Non-motile aplanospores. Okay, so if the spores are motile, then they will be called as zoospores, and if the spores are non-motile, then it will be called as aplanospores. Okay, so it could happen that sometimes the spores could be motile, so they will be called as zoospores, and sometimes the spores may be non-motile, so it will be called as aplanospores. Okay, and they are produced in the endogenously in sporangium. So endogenously means interiorly. Okay, so spores are produced endogenously in sporangium. Okay, so endogenously means internally. So endogenously means internally they are produced in sporangium. Okay, so next moving to the sexual reproduction. So this was about the asexual reproduction. So about the sexual reproduction. So in this, the fusion of similar gametes can also happen. Which is called as isogametes. Okay, so isogametes when there is a fusion of similar gametes, and it can also happen that there will be fusion of dissimilar gametes. Okay, so they will be called as anisogametes. Okay, so isogamous when it's similar gametes, and anisogamous when there is dissimilar gametes. So next is the fusion produces zygospores. So now examples of phycomycetes. So rhizopus, which is called as a bread mold. Oh sorry, that is the rhizobium bacteria. Okay, so it is rhizopus bread mold, or the other one is albugo, which is called as mustard fungi. And then next is mucor. Okay, so these are the example of phycomycetes: rhizopus, albugo, and mucor. Okay, so now let's move to the next category of fungi, which is ascomycetes. It is commonly known as sac fungi. That means it has a sac-like structure, which is called as ascomycetes. Okay, so asco means sac fungi. Now, the structure of this fungi is the mycelium is septate and branched. So it will be branched because So in this, the septum is present and it will be a filamentous structure and it will be branched. Talking about reproduction, so reproduction, okay, it produces asexual spores called as anidia. Asexual spores, okay, so which are called as conidia. Okay, and now the conidia are produced exogenously by conidiophores. Produced exogenously by conidiophores. Okay, so exogenous means outside. Okay, so they are produced exogenous, they will be outside by conidiophores. So talking about the sexual reproduction in the fungi, so they will have sexual ascospores. So they are produced endogenously by ascospores. These are called as ascospores because they are related to the name of the Ascomycetes. So the sexual spores and asexual spores are different. So these ascospores are produced endogenously, which means that they are produced inside. Okay, so ascospores are produced endogenously in asci. So asci is present in the fruiting bodies, which is called as ascocarps. So these fruiting bodies are called as ascocarps. Okay, so these they have a structure like you can see in the other book. So I don't have any book, so if it is like a structure of the, so in this they have here are developing meiotic asci. Okay, so here will be the ascospores, and here are some of the mature asci. Mature asci, and here will be somewhere the sterile hyphae. Okay, so this is an ascocarp, and inside this there are many ascis, and they will germinate the haploid spores called as ascospores. So now you remember the general sexual cycle of a fungi, which we have learned that it is a 3 steps process. The first is the plasmogamy, and the other was karyogamy, and the third was meiosis. Okay, so in the plasmogamy, the fusion of two mating types cytoplasm used to happen. Okay, then in the karyogamy, the nuclei fuse together, and in the meiosis, the diploid zygote, this will undergo the repeated cell division to give out the spores or the sexual spores. So those spores hairs are called as ascospores. Okay, so then these ascospores will germinate to form a new mycelium. So we have learned about that the mycelium will germinate. So they are ascospores which will germinate into the mycelium. Okay, so this is not clear. So they are little sac like structure. So those are mature asci. Okay, so if we see that which are mature asci will look like this, and the small ones sterile, they will look like this. Okay, and the mature one will be look like this. You can refer some refreshers also for this, because NCERT does not have the diagrams for these, but if it does not have, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, So whatever is in the book, you have to study that only. So now the asexual spores conidia are non-motile, okay, and they are the also result of the mitosis. So these are produced by mitosis, and they are the product of meiosis. I hope you remember about mitosis and meiosis. So if you don't, please go through your previous year's book and see a little about that. Okay. So example of ascomycetes are, so number one is yeast, then the other one is aspergillus, and then penicillium. This is a most commonly heard, which is used to make the medicine penicillin. Then neurospora. So some of them are good and some of them are dangerous. So these are the example of ascomycetes. Okay. So let's move to the next one, is the basidiomycetes. So these basidiomycetes are commonly known as the club fungi. So why are they called as club fungi? Because they look like a club shaped fruiting body. So a common example for the basidiomycetes is mushroom, okay. So a mushroom looks like in club shape or an umbrella shape. So inside the umbrella is the fruiting body. Okay, so let's discuss about the structure of basidiomycetes. Okay, so they inhabit in the soil, tree logs, or plants. You would have seen in the rainy season many little mushrooms grow on the tree trunk, which are almost cut down. So tree logs and plants. Okay, so structure is, the mycelium is septate in this also. Mycelium is septate structure. So mycelium is septate. Okay, and mycelium is branched. Okay, so it's septate and it's branch. Now coming to the reproduction, they undergo the asexual mode of reproduction. So the cap of the mushrooms looks like an umbrella, and it is an edible. It also is a part of a vegetable. So the reproduction in the basidiomycetes is generally asexual. Okay, so talking about asexual reproduction. Okay, so no asexual spores are formed. Spores are formed. So when the asexual spores are not formed, then the reproduction will be done with the help of fragmentation. So fragmentation is very common. So fragmentation is common in this. Okay. So in also yeast also, the spores also, the mycelium also give rise to the fragmentation. So in this also, the asexual spores are not formed, but the fragmentation is common. So when it undergoes the sexual reproduction, then the sexual spores are called as basidiospores, because then this is, we are learning about basidiomycetes, so the spores will be also called as basidiospores. Okay, so here the sexual spores are termed as basidiospores. Sexual spores are called as basidiospores. Okay, and the basidiospores are produced on basidium. Okay, So basidiospores are produced exogenously, so they are outside. Okay, so they are produced exogenously. So you have eaten mushroom. Have you seen the mushroom? If you try to observe the portion which is under the cap or the umbrella, you would have seen a thin lines also there. Okay, so the black colored hair like structure are very similar to the or the gills of the fishes. So these also look like that. So there you'll see there will be some black colored structure or lines. Okay, thin hair like structure. So those thin structures are hyphae. So they are contact hyphae, and on which the basidia are formed. So basidia lie somewhere. These are exogenous, so the club shaped part has the reproductive structure in the case of Basidiomycetes. Okay, so basidiospores are produced exogenously on basidium in the fruiting body called as basidiocarp. So basidiocarp is the reproductive organ, and on this organ, the basidiospores are produced. Sorry, the basidiocarps are the fruiting body which are found on the basidium. So they will produce the basidiospores, which will be exogenously produced on basidium. It is the reproductive organ which will produce the basidiocarps. And in the Ascomycetes, the fruiting body was ascocarps, and here in the Basidiomycetes, the fruiting body is basidiocarp. So basidiospores got their name from Basidiomycetes, and they are produced exogenously on basidium, and the fruiting body is basidocarps. So these basidocarps are the fruiting bodies, and they are produced on the basidium. So basidiospores are the spores which are produced on basidiocarps. Okay, so basidiocarps is the reproductive organ, and in the Ascomycetes we have learned about the ascocarps. So here is basidiocarps. So now basidium is the swollen terminal of the hyphae. So hyphae is a thin hair-like structure. So its terminal part is swollen, and that swollen part is called as basidium. Okay, now the process of sexual reproduction, again we have the same steps, that the plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. So again those steps will also be formed here. So let's talk about like plasmogamy. So the plasmogamy will be the first step. So first there will be fusion of the two cells, and they will be made. And so now again, so first will be plasmogamy. Okay, so then they will form a dikaryotic. So that will undergo to every type of fungi. So dikaryotic cell, that means two nuclei or two nucleus. Okay, so dikaryotic cell is formed, and then what will say now at this stage the basidium will be formed. Okay, will be formed. Now the next step is karyogamy. So in the karyogamy there will be fusion of nuclei. So this will happen in basidium. In basidium, two nuclei will fuse, and as a result the diploid zygote. So that process which was discussed in the previous video was a common process, and it will occur in almost every fungi. And then the second stage was this, and then the third stage will be the meiosis. Okay, so in the meiosis There will be a repeated division of cells and will form basidio spores, and then they will form a new mycelium, and which will reproduce into the different organisms, different fungi. Okay, so now I hope it's little clear to you. Okay, so this was the sexual reproduction in fungi. Okay, so next we are moving to examples of Basidiomycetes. So it will be mushroom. So its scientific name is Agaricus. Okay, so and then Puccinia is also one of the example of these Basidiomycetes. Puccinia is called as rust fungus. Okay, so they are rust fungus which occurs on the leaf. Then also some puff balls which occurs on the trees and all. And the most common is the bracket fungi. You would have seen like the flower like fungi on the trees, logs. Okay, so these are the examples of Basidiomycetes. So now we move to the last last type of the fungi is Deuteriomycetes. Deuteriomycetes are also called as imperfect fungi. So it has a reason. So they are called as imperfect fungi because. So the next are the last type in this group is Deuteromycetes. They are also called as imperfect fungi. So there is a reason behind calling them an imperfect fungi is that these different categories of fungi are based upon two things. Number one is structure and the other one is the reproduction. So if we'll see through all the fungi, so structurally they are not very different. So the difference makes is that they reproduce differently. So this reproduction divides these fungi into different categories. So in this group of fungi, there is no perfect reproductive stage in their life cycle. So when we say about reproductive stage, that means we talk about the sexual reproduction. So in these types of fungi, there is not any perfect stage of reproduction. So because of them, they are called as imperfect fungi because they don't have any particular perfect stage of this reproduction. So first the Ascomycetes, the example, the Aspergillus were observed as Deuteromycetes, but then during the further studies, it was seen that the fungi Aspergillus do reproduce sexually. So when it happened, a separate category was created that is called as Ascomycetes. So when scientists in the initial stage divides the organisms into different groups, they face so many challenges, but over the period of time they get to know about more and more characteristics of the organisms, and then they could classify them better. So this is one form of the classification based upon the reproduction. That's why, because they don't have any specific perfect reproduction stage of sexual reproduction stage, so they are called as imperfect fungi. Now these are mostly decomposers and some are parasites. So these Deuteromycetes are mostly decomposers and some are parasites. Okay, so structure of these Deuteromycetes, the structure is they have mycelium as septate is septate and branched. So if you'll take a look over this, so only Phycomycetes have aseptate mycelium. The other categories have the septate mycelium and branched. So they all have septate mycelium. So reproduction asexual mode of reproduction, and asexual reproduction happens with the help of conidia. It happens with conidia. So they are the spores, okay? So asexual spores. And this about the sexual mode, they have no sexual mode of reproduction. So they don't undergo sexual reproduction. Okay, so example of deuteromycetes are Trichoderma, Alternaria, and Coletotrichum. So example of these deuteromycetes: Trichoderma, and Coletotrichum. So these are some of the example of deuteromycetes. So with this we have discussed all the 4 types of categories of fungi. So if we'll take a quick review of all the things that in the Phycomycetes are, if we take a look on overall all the 4 types of fungi, then what we'll see that Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes, the commonly known name Phycomycetes is known as conjugation fungi, Ascomycetes is commonly known as sac fungi, Basidiomycetes is commonly known as club fungi, and Deuteromycetes is commonly known as imperfect fungi. Okay, so mycelium, Phycomycetes has the only type of the fungi have aseptate and coinocytic mycelium. Rest all the 3 types of fungi will be having septate and branched mycelium, all 3 of them. Then asexual reproduction, all will reproduce with the help of spores, but Basidiomycetes will reproduce with the help of fragmentation. Okay, so asexual spores in the Phycomycetes are called as zoospores or aplanospores, and in the Ascomycetes they are called as conidia. Basidiomycetes do not have any spores, that's why they undergo fragmentation, and the Deuteromycetes, the spores are also called as conidia. Now these Phycomycetes undergo sexual reproduction also, Ascomycetes also undergo sexual reproduction, as well as the Basidiomycetes. Okay, but Deuteromycetes do not have any sexual reproduction. Then organs, Phycomycetes reproductive organs are called as zygospores. In the case of Ascomycetes they are called as ascocarps or ascospores, and in the case of Basidiomycetes they are called as basidiospores or basidiocarps, and these Deuteromycetes do not have any reproductive organs. So with this we complete the kingdom fungi. So let's study about some common fungi, some common and some useful fungi. So some common fungi is yeast. So yeast is the only unicellular fungi, okay, because all the fungi are multicellular, but yeast is unicellular, and this is very important to us. And some of the yeast turns into multicellular by formation of hyphae. They don't need sunlight to grow, no sunlight to grow, so that's why they prefer to grow in the dark places. And they use organic compounds for energy, so they use the organic compounds for the energy. Organic compounds for energy, and they are used commercially, they are used in the preparation, so they are used in the preparation for the wine, bread and all. Bread, wine, and they are found in soil, in skin, and in many other places. So the next would be mushroom. Okay, so they are the spore bearing fruiting body. They are produced above the ground soil. They consist of stem and a cap and a pore. So they have a stem, a cap, a cap. So this is a stem, this is the cap, and inside this cap, what they have basidium. So these are the pores. So then next would be slime mold. They are most commonly found. So these molds are the multicellular molds. They are also very commonly found molds. So several drugs are obtained from the molds. They grow in the form of hyphae, and they are, example, penicillin. So fungi are very important. So overall importance of fungi, they help in the decomposition of the organic waste, and then they help in cleaning the atmosphere. They are valuable to make drugs like penicillin, and they also play a very important role in the baking industry. So importance, we use fungi in most of the things. They are widely used. That means they play an important role in the baking industry. They are useful in medicines and all. With this we complete our this topic of fungi. Okay, so thank you.